Hello students, let us continue with the chapter Cell, the Unit of Life. In our last session, we came to know about the structure and function of the plasma membrane. So today we will know about the cell wall. Cell wall is the layer which surrounds the plasma membrane in case of plant, fungal and algal cell. But whereas in animal cell, the cell wall will be absent. Cell wall is one of a rigid and non-living structure which surrounds the plasma membrane. In case of algae, the cell wall is made up of cellulose, galactans, mannans and some of the minerals like calcium carbonate. In case of the plants, the cell wall is made up of cellulose, hemicellulose, pectin and some proteins. And if it is secondary wall, lignin also you can find in case of the plant cell. In case of the fungal cell, the cell wall is made up of chitin. So these are the components which will vary from cell to cell, and this is the components which is made in the algal cell wall, and these are the components which is made in the plant cell wall, and this is the chitin is the component which is present in the fungal cell wall. Now coming to the structure of the cell wall. So in the last class we came to know when we draw the diagram, we had written in this way, this is the cell wall and inside to that we had written the plasma membrane. This is the cell wall and this was plasma membrane, and this the structure we had studied in detail in our last sessions. So if we take this cell wall and if we study it in detail, actually it is made up of three layers actually. Let us consider these are the two cells. And this is an outermost layer which is called as an middle lamella. Made up of calcium pectate, and next inside the middle lamella there is another wall which will be present called primary wall. So actually when the plant cells are young, the primary wall has a capacity to grow. But as the cell matures, the primary wall composition will become less and the another wall deposition will start. That is the inside to the primary wall, the another wall will start depositing inside to the primary wall, which is called as an secondary wall. Secondary wall is the wall which develops as the cell matures, and generally secondary wall will be made up of lignin. And inside to the secondary wall, the plasma membrane will be present. Actually inside this you can observe the plasma membrane. This is the plasma membrane, and inside cytoplasm and other cellular components will be present. Actually the cell wall means middle lamella, primary wall, secondary wall. Together we call it as a cell wall. Middle lamella, actually this is a cementing layer between the two cells. This is the one which connects the two cells, and here it acts like a glue which attaches the two cells. That is the middle lamella. Inside to the middle lamella, primary wall will be present. The plant cells are young, primary wall will also grow, and as the cell matures, another wall deposition will occur called secondary wall, and inside to that plasma membrane will be present. So in this way, the cell wall is made up of middle lamella, primary wall, secondary wall, and middle lamella mainly made up of calcium pectate. At certain points, there will be no wall deposition. Wall deposition will not be there. Wall deposition will not be there, and such points where the wall deposition will not be there, and that is called plasmodesmata. Plasmodesmata, and this is the one which connects the cytoplasm of the two cells, and hence plasmodesmata is called as a cytoplasmic connection between the two cells. The cytoplasm from one cell, it will move to the another cell, and that is called as a plasmodesmata, where the wall deposition will not be there. In this way, this is the structure of the cell wall. Now coming to the function of the cell wall. So this is the structure. Coming to the function of the cell wall. So cell wall, it gives one shape to the cell. So cell wall gives the shape to the cell and helps in the cell to cell connection. The materials will move from one cell to another cell and helps in the cell to cell connection and act as a barrier, outermost layer, and prevents the unwanted molecules to enter. Act like a barrier to and prevents unwanted molecules entering inside the cell, and also prevent the cell from mechanical injuries and other infections. So in this way, the cell wall has a different function, that it helps in the gives one shape to the cell and act as a barrier in preventing the unwanted molecules in entering into the cell and prevent the cell from mechanical injuries and infection, and helps in cell to cell connection. Materials will pass from one cell to another cell, which is called as a cell to cell connection. So in this way, this is the structure of the cell wall, and where it is present in case of algae, fungi and plants. Animal cell wall will be absent, and this is the function of the cell wall. Okay, now coming to the another group of cell organelles in the eukaryotic cell, that is endomembrane system. So endomembrane system means a group of cell organelles which are surrounded by the membrane. They perform the function together. Such type of group of cell organelles are called as an endomembrane system. So the cell organelles which comes under the endomembrane system are the endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus or Golgi complex, lysosomes, vacuoles. These are the group of cell organelles perform the functions together, and hence it is called as an endomembrane system. So now first let us take up the endoplasmic reticulum. So endoplasmic reticulum are the tubular structure which are connected to one another, and hence called network of tubular structures are called endoplasmic reticulum. Where it will be present inside the eukaryotic cell, endoplasmic reticulum inside the eukaryotic cell, and it divides the space, intracellular space. The space within the cell is called intracellular space, and divides the intracellular space into two. The space within the endoplasmic reticulum is called luminal space. The space outside the endoplasmic reticulum but inside the cell is called extraluminal space. So space within the endoplasmic reticulum called luminal space. Space outside the endoplasmic reticulum but inside the cell is called extraluminal space. Endoplasmic reticulum, there are two types of endoplasmic reticulum, that is rough endoplasmic reticulum, also abbreviated as RER. The another one is smooth endoplasmic reticulum, abbreviated as SER, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum, on the endoplasmic reticulum, if the ribosomes are present, then the endoplasmic reticulum will not be smooth, and hence it is called as a rough endoplasmic reticulum. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum, on which the ribosomes will be absent, such type of endoplasmic reticulum where the ribosomes will be absent, then it is called smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And this is also called as an granular endoplasmic reticulum, and this agranular endoplasmic reticulum. And the rough endoplasmic reticulum, generally it will be an extension of the nuclear membrane. Generally it will be attached to the nucleus, and it is involved in the synthesis of the protein. It is involved in the synthesis of the protein, and hence you can observe the rough endoplasmic reticulum more in the cells which are actively involved in the synthesis of the protein. Whereas smooth endoplasmic reticulum is involved in the synthesis of the lipid and also synthesize the hormone which is lipid-like, and that is called steroid hormone. It is also synthesized in some of the animal cell by the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So in this way, endoplasmic reticulum is an which comes under the endomembrane system and divides the space into luminal space and extraluminal space. And there are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. And if the ribosomes are present, rough endoplasmic reticulum, and if ribosomes are absent, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum involved in the protein synthesis, smooth endoplasmic reticulum involved in the synthesis of the lipid and also the steroid hormones. Okay, now in endomembrane system, now let us know about the Golgi complex. So it was Camillo Golgi. In 1898, he discovered the Golgi complex. So Golgi complex are the Golgi apparatus, also known as Golgi apparatus. These are group of sac-like structure which are present one above the other, parallel to each other. It is called as in Golgi apparatus. These are the sac-like structures present in the cytoplasm. Generally, it will be having this elongated structures are called as cisternae. And here, this group of Golgi apparatus, it will be facing towards the nucleus or endoplasmic reticulum. Where it will face towards it will generally surround the nucleus or the endoplasmic reticulum, and that face is called as an cis phase, where it will cis phase or forming phase. The cis phase or the forming phase, this is the cis phase or the forming phase. Generally this phase will face towards the nucleus or endoplasmic reticulum, and another phase that is called as an transphase or maturing phase. It will face towards the plasma membrane. Generally this phase will face to the plasma membrane, and this phase will face to the nucleus or the endoplasmic reticulum. Why it is called cis phase or forming phase means because it receives the materials which is coming from the nucleus and the endoplasmic reticulum, and it will receive in the form of vesicles, and these vesicles will fuse to one another and form the cisternae like structure, and a modification, it will undergo modification, and then here the materials which will be received, it will get modified and it will be pinched off and it will be formed as another vesicle which is called as an secretory vesicles. And this vesicles, it will move out of the plasma membrane, or in the cell where it has to move, it will move to that point in the form of secretory vesicles. And hence Golgi apparatus are considered as one of an endomembrane system because it functions along with the endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum materials will be sent in the form of vesicles. It will come and fuse and forms an cisternae, and modification, it will undergo modification, and then again it will be released in the form of secretory vesicles. And hence these group of structures are called as Golgi apparatus, and main function of the functions of the Golgi apparatus that it receives the materials coming from the nucleus and endoplasmic reticulum and transport the materials. It will transport materials inside or outside the cell. Transport the materials inside or outside the cells. And also the proteins which are coming from endoplasmic reticulum will undergo modification through this Golgi apparatus, and then that proteins will be released, and hence the modification of protein will be taking place in the Golgi apparatus before it is released. So protein will be synthesized in endoplasmic reticulum because of the presence of the ribosomes. Before it will be released, it will undergo modification and then it will be packed and it will be released. And lysosomes, one of the cell organelle, is synthesized by the Golgi apparatus, and some of the lipids, that is glycolipids and glycoproteins are also synthesized from the Golgi apparatus. So hence this is the structure of the Golgi apparatus and function of the Golgi apparatus, and this links with the endoplasmic reticulum and hence called endomembrane system.